Here at CR England, we run teams. So let me give you the skinny on the good, the bad, and the ugly of team driving at CR England. So basically, when you come into CR England, you're going to be teaming. You're supposed to team for the first 6 months. A lot of people don't end up teaming for that long. They get a dedicated route or something else. And there are some people who get lucky and their teammate quits or something and they end up running solo. That happens too. I just don't want anybody to come into this assuming that they're going to be solo. It does happen, but for the most part, you're going to be teaming for the first 6 months. And honestly, teaming at CR England really isn't that bad. You will be able to make more money teaming at CR England than running solo at CR England. Unless you get some kind of special treatment, for the most part, you make the same solo as you do team anyway. I know there were a couple occasions where I was solo in my first 6 months, unless it was specified that I was going to be making more. That's what I made was, unless I was on a dedicated fleet, if I was OTR solo, then I made the same as if I was teaming over the road. Honestly, it was one of my biggest gripes with the company in my first 6 months was one time I dropped my teammate off for home time and I had to run a couple loads solo. Well, I thought that because your pay is 40 cents split, you know, I get 20, my teammate gets 20, right? Well, I thought that if I was running solo, that I would get the 40 cents not split, right? That, in my mind, that's what made sense, was that I was going to get the full 40 cents for the truck. But it didn't happen like that. They paid me 20 cents a mile for the solo loads, and when I called them and asked them about it, they said, you're not eligible for solo pay until you get to your 6 months. So I don't want to act tough or anything, but I basically messaged my DM and told him, hey man, I'm gonna go to the Colton yard and kick it. Let me know when it's time to go pick my teammate up. I personally enjoyed teaming. I thought I liked it a lot more than being solo. I had 4 teammates the whole time I was driving, and sometimes even being a trainer and making all this money, sometimes I still think about going back and teaming just because it would be less stress. Because training's a lot of stress. Teaming is easy. Basically, you drive and you sleep, and that's it. Drive, sleep, drive, sleep. And I like teaming because I like the idea of making money while I sleep. So out of the 4 teammates I had, I only had one that I would really consider bad, and I was only with him for a week. My first teammate was Jeff. We teamed together for a little over a month. That was my first teammate when I was making 14 and then 16 cents a mile, and we were doing really, really good. I mean, we do at least 6,000 miles a week. My second teammate was a guy named Chris. I met up with him in Laredo. I'll probably tell the story of Chris in a different video because that guy really fucked me. Anyway, from there I met up with Kelly. Kelly was a cool old dude. And then my last teammate was a guy named Elijah. He was a younger guy. So those 3 dudes, Jeff, Kelly, Elijah, I mean, I would team with them now. They were good dudes. We made a lot of money together. Next, I'm going to give you just some little guidelines to kind of help with teaming because it's not for everybody. First thing you're going to want to do is y'all are going to want to get on the same page about what y'all's goals are, right? So for me, my main goal was to make money. So I made sure I let any teammate know when we got on the truck together that, hey man, we don't have to be friends. We don't have to like each other or any of that. As long as we're making money, we're going to be good. Another thing is, I knew for me, I never wanted to be the reason things weren't working out right. So I made sure I cleaned the truck up whenever I could, took the trash out every time we stopped, swept the truck up whenever I could, didn't make no unnecessary noise. I didn't even record that many videos back then because I didn't want to risk waking them up. It's all about an attitude, right? So basically, you're stuck on the truck together 24 hours a day. So you don't want to wake them up and they don't want to wake you up, right? So don't cut into their sleep time. And if you're in the back of the bunk sleeping, don't bother them too much either. Another thing is, if it's not going to work out, you need to figure that out as soon as possible. If he's a little country and you're a little rock and roll, or if he's oil and you're water, y'all need to figure that out immediately. And don't, if it's to the point to where, say, all you want to do is run as many miles as possible and make money, and all he wants to do is enjoy the ride. He stops 3-4 times a day at the truck stop. He makes sure he eats good every time he stops. He makes sure he sees the sights, and that's his main focus. You guys aren't going to work out. You guys should both want to run equally as hard for it to work. So if something like that, or if he's this like racist old man and like he bosses you around and calls you boy and stuff like that, if it's issues that eventually are going to wear on you to the point where y'all are gonna throw hands, let your DM know it's not working. They will find you another teammate. Believe me, there are plenty of people out there that need teammates. There's people upgrading all the time. They can find you somebody who, you know, lives close to the same place as you and who you can actually work with. All right, a couple of quick tips. If you're having trouble sleeping in the back of the truck while it's moving, try melatonin. Works really good for me. You can find it on the cheap at Walmart in the pharmacy section. Pro tip number 2, I know I said not to mess with their sleeping and stuff like that. If you get into an area where you can't get out of, you need to wake them up and have them ground guy for you. Because I feel like that's part of why CR England teams people up at the beginning, is it helps minimize the risks, because there's 2 people in the truck, so you always have a ground guide and whatnot. So don't wake them up for like loud, don't play loud music, don't talk on the phone super loud, but if you need them, use them, because that's what they're back there for. And I'm sure Sierra England would appreciate you doing that instead of backing into something. Another quick tip is, I would say try and change, unless you guys are really, really getting along, I'd say try to change teammates every month and a half or so, because you guys are going to start wearing on each other. Like I said, I had a teammate when I first started named Jeff, and I wish I appreciated him more then, but we did things a little differently, so we really wore on each other eventually, and we ended up getting off the truck from each other and changing it up and stuff. But yeah, you may need to change it up. You may want to, you know, take home time, and when you come back, try to get a different teammate, because sometimes that helps too. If you're having a hard time with teaming, you know, pick a different teammate, freshen it up, keep moving. So if you really, really don't like teaming, the best option is to go into career tracks and apply for literally every job that you remotely qualify for, that you live within the range of. Don't look at the experience time, look at where you live at in relation to that. And if it's solo, then apply for it and get on the list. Sometimes they say they need 6 months. Sometimes they'll take you sooner than that. So if you want to go solo, get on the career tracks on your CR England toolbox and start applying for them immediately, fresh out the gate when you're still in school. That way you can get off a team truck as quick as possible. But like I said, I don't know why you'd want to do that. Teaming is not that bad. Alright guys, that'll about do it for my teaming video. If y'all have any more tips or anything, leave them down below in the comments. Like I said, in my personal opinion, teaming over solo. But that's for everybody to figure out on their own. You come to Sierra England though, you're going to be teaming. Alright guys, I will talk to y'all next time. Bye. Hey guys, make sure you subscribe to the channel, like the video, and comment down below. I love getting your comments. I always respond to them, and I appreciate any interaction with the video. Thanks guys. Talk to y'all next time.